Well, that went well. Hi everyone, I'm here today with a video I never thought I would personally film, and that is an unhaul. I've always been of the kind of logic of I'll never get rid of any books because I want my own personal library. Very much because of Beauty and the Beast, and when the Beast unveils the library to Belle and she's like, oh. That's kind of like how I've always envisioned my house being. That said, I'm going to be moving house once, possibly twice this year, and I need to cut down because the shelves are overflowing and it's just unnecessary moving weight that I don't need. If you are interested in any of these books, I'm sad to say I can't afford to actually post them to you. These will be going to some local charity shops or friends and family. I will give them first dibs and then everything else will go to charity shops. So they will end up hopefully doing the greater good in the world. I've also got a pile here of maybe books, which I'm just going to fly quickly through because I think I'm going to do a separate video on these where I maybe do a try chapter tag and then unhaul based on that, or keep based on that too. So the ones that I'm thinking about still, by the way, if you've heard of any of these books, I'll be very surprised because a lot of these I actually won in Goodreads giveaways. But yeah, first here of the ones that are on the maybe pile, we've got Chitika, Queen of Giants by Geeta V. Reddy. Pets Aplenty by Malcolm D. Welshman. The Death of Carthage by Robin E. Levin. In and Out of Step by Christine M. Knight. Stories of Saldia, Rebirth of Galadrin by Colin M. Vaughan. The Brown Agenda by Richard Fuller. It Takes a Fool by Sasha Dreams. The Galapagos Incident by Felix R. Savage. Adoring Addie by Leslie Gold. The Almond Tree by Michelle Cohen Coransanti. Arian by K. James Carters. The Boy Who Ran by Michael Selden. Me and the Marquis by Tyburn Way. And The Long Patrol by Brian Jacks. As I said, I'd be very surprised if you've heard of any or many of those. A lot of them are ones that I've just kind of acquired or have like won from Goodreads giveaways. So in many cases, they've not cost me anything and I've just been going, oh yeah, I'll read them one day, and I can't afford to keep using that logic when I've got this many books that I need to keep shifting around. Those are the ones that are on my maybe pile. I don't know what any of these books are about, by the way, because I've not read them. But some of the ones that I'm definitely getting rid of, I have read. So the ones that I know stuff about, I will talk about. But again, a lot of these I don't know anything about either. I'm not even sure how many books are in this pile. A lot. So we have Monkey King by Nathan Tamblyn. Dragon Dreams by Dusty Lynn Holloway. Oh my god, I can't even say this one. Iniquitous Lives by Richard Gardner. You know when you just can't get your mouth around words. Okay, here's one I've read. This is The Immortals of Meloa, which is the first book in the Shiva trilogy by... No, I'm going to keep this one, actually. You know what? I'm going to keep this one, I think. Yes. Go on the keep pile. See, this is why I don't unhaul, because I just can't stick to it. Next we have got The Smoke-Free Way by Tamir Turgle. And I used to smoke, but I have quit. I don't need this. I didn't even actually use it to quit anyway, but maybe it'll help someone. Dissolved by Tarun Sardana. No idea. Pretty cover though. This next book is one that I got from an ex-boyfriend's nan. I think this is like some sort of short story collection or something, but I'm not really into those so much, and it's Edgar Allan Poe, and I figured that worst case I can probably just pick up another copy somewhere, and this is quite a nice hardback that I'm sure someone would like to have. This I won in a Goodreads giveaway. Don't ask me why I even entered this one because I don't actually know. The Deep Mystery, The Day the Pole Moved, which is some sort of non-fiction book with all sorts in it, quite frankly. I mean, this means nothing to me at all. Why? Why did I ever think that was a good idea? We've got some romance ones that I was kind of on the fence about because while it's not a genre I tend to read, they could be quite fun. So I'm a little bit on the fence on these. So we've got Vettori's Damsel in Distress by Liz Fielding. There are some more romance in the pile somewhere, but I've not put them in the pile together because I'm smart like that. So keep your eyes open for more later on. This is Whispers in the Stillness, which is a mindfulness book, and I don't know why I ever bothered with that either, to be honest. Another mindfulness book is Mindfulness Plain and Simple by Ollie Doyle. Stunning cover though. I've got some hardbacks here that, again, I don't know whether my reading tastes have changed or whether I should just question why I entered for them in the first place, but this is City of Silk and Steel by Mike Carey, Linda Carey and Louise Carey. I don't know what this is about, but when I read the cover when I was going through my shelves, I was like, this doesn't really appeal to me, and I'm sure someone will really treasure being able to get a copy of a book that's been signed by all three authors that's in a nice hardback edition. This is one that I could potentially maybe seeing myself read one day. It's just having the time. I just need to cut back, and this one I was a bit more on the fence about, but I've decided to just go with it and get rid of it. And this is Endgame Burma by Michael Pearson. Next we have a book that I didn't realise was part of a series at the time of requesting, and I'm just never, or at least in any sort of reasonable amount of time, going to pick up the first, I think it's 3 books to be able to read this, so it'll go to a better home in the charity shop. And this is Assassin's Reign by Michael Arnold, and it's the 4th book in the Civil War Chronicles. Next I have a book that I got off of a Goodreads giveaway, and I've got another copy somewhere in the pile, and basically it's Sailors of Stonehenge. It was quite an interesting read actually. I've got an English version and also a Spanish version, but I don't want to reread it. I can't see myself rereading it. I can't see any friends and family ever wanting to read it, so there's no point in keeping it. This is The Day My Private Part Died, number 9 of a series, something to do with jokes and quite inappropriate jokes. Youth in Asia by A.L. Tiffany. No idea. Here's the other one I was on about from before, the Sailors of Stonehenge. The author was really kind to send, because I'd reviewed the book, to send me another more updated copy that's got like some extra chapters and things in. And as much as that was appreciated, and I did sort of look at the new parts, I'm not going to ever properly want to reread this book, so there's no point in me keeping it. Then we have An Angel from Above, which is based on a true story. A Mother's String by Andrea Mackenzie. This is a poetry collection. Why Must I Cry by Kayla D. Johnson. The Corin Chronicles by Marvin Amazon. Greek Bonds and French Ladies by Paul A. Myers. Worries That Roam My Heart by Dr. Abdullah Mjada. Out Where the Buses Don't Run by Gus Sanchez. Gargoyle Hotel by Christopher H. Sartizan. This one I won in a Goodreads giveaway, and it's not the first book in the series, and I think I either thought about buying the first book or did buy the first book on Kindle, but I've still not read that either. And it's just getting a bit ridiculous. I'm holding on to something that I might eventually read that I'm not that bothered about. So yeah, I'm going to take the risk and get rid of this one. This is Y1 by Sherry Cronin. Then we have God in the Lab, How Science Enhances Faith by Ruth M. Bansiewicz. I just thought this would be really interesting, but I've still not picked it up. And at this point, what is the point of me holding on to something that I've just thought was interesting and I've never got round to? We have From Knowledge to Revelation, My Testimony of God's Mercy and Grace by Cynthia K. Elias. I've got no idea why I have this. I wouldn't consider myself a religious person at all. Here's another romance one. So here we have The Unexpected Wedding Guest by Amy Carson. Now, the fact that these romance ones are also quite small is making me think I might keep them because they're small and lightweight and aren't going to be much of a hassle when moving. But let me know in the comments what you do with these, because like I said, it's not even a genre I read, but maybe one day I'll just fancy a bit of fun with these, and I don't really know what I think or how I feel about them. Next we have another poetry collection. This is Strings of Milo by Estelle Rower. Then we have Circle of Meditation by Manuel Vega. Alchemy 365 by Brenda Lightfeather Maroy. I've tried to use this before. It's like a little bit that you read and then there's an activity for each day of the year. I've tried a couple of times and I always just kind of give up. I thought maybe someone would actually really appreciate being able to use something like this so it can go to a better home. Don't ask why I have this because I'm not actually sure. The Greatest Lessons from the Martial Arts. Lady in Red by Evie King. I Listened to My Heart by Rosemary Louise Gallagher. Spiritually Aligned Leadership by Yvonne Thompson. I feel like a lot of this pile is making me look religious, but like I said, I don't know why I have them in many cases. Another example would be His Gems, discovered by Leonia M. Durham. Wow, why am I struggling so much to speak today? The Plastic Effect by Polly A. Bohr and Stephen Lesovich. I always thought that this would be a really interesting read, as it talks about like the credit card industry, but I just never got around to it, and it's probably not going to happen at this point. Engaging NLP Weight Loss by Judy Bartholomew. I'm not sure, to be honest, I can't pronounce that at all. One that I was tempted to keep is The Case of the Hampstead Ponies by John A. Little, but it's part of a series and I don't own the first book, and I'll probably never end up picking it up as a result. Then we have The Regime Change Man by Rory Harden. This next one will look a bit strange. This is 7 Secrets of Raising Girls Every Parent Must Know by Judy Reith. I used to want kids, especially a girl, like many women, not all, but many women do. And so when I saw this on Goodreads, I was like, oh, that'd be good, and I'm sure that'll be really helpful. I don't think I'm going to ever have any kids. I've kind of backtracked on that whole thought completely. B, I've never even tried to read it. So C, it can definitely find a better home to someone who will actually make use of it. Excuse the weird one we have here. This is Bum Rush the Fantasy, which is a poetry collection by Scott Wozniak. Then we have some ones that you actually might know. We have Cutthroat Island, which is by John Gregory Betancourt. I'm not really into pirate books so much, and I'm not sure where I got this one from, but I have had it since I was a kid. So maybe I should keep it, but no, I need to cut back. That is not a reason to keep it. I'm so awful at unhauling. So yeah, this is going to hopefully find itself in a more loved home. And the next few are all actually duplicate copies of books I already have. I bought these books in, I think it was Woolworths back in the day, and they were kind of like in a collection of 20, and they were like really dirt cheap. But these ones are actually duplicates, so I've kept the rest of my collection up there. So we have Heidi by Joanna Spirey, The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Graham, Alice's Adventures and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, and Around the World in 8 Days by Jules Verne. These are quite cute additions, and I think that someone would be happy to find these in a charity shop. Also, as I said, I already own each one of these already. I don't know why I have duplicates, but there's no point keeping duplicates. That is the end of this unhaul. As you can see, I am really bad at unhauling. I've already managed to talk myself into keeping one of them, possibly a further 2 more, and then I've got my whole maybe pile, which, if I was to be realistic, could all go in the just go straight away pile, but no, I'm going to try and find an excuse to keep them. If there are any books on here that you have heard of for any particular reason you think I should keep, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, but I'm guessing most of them you won't have heard of. That makes it easier to get rid of them in some ways, because there's no pressure on the whole I might like it because I've seen people talk about it kind of thing, like I've got going on with many of the other books that I am still keeping. I just really struggle with unhauling, with that whole I want my own library kind of thing going on. So yeah, this was hard. You'll probably never see me do one of these ever again. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.